Top of the hour, the probe into Pakistan's spy ring that has now intensified, and the agencies are now looking into clues and chats, especially when it comes to the now arrested YouTuber Jyoti Malhotra that she allegedly had with her Pakistani handler. 3 mobile phones and a laptop that have been seized from Jyoti's residence have now been sent for forensic examination. What is added to the mystery is the case that has made it even more murkier, that Jyoti apparently deleted her chat history with Danish post the month of March. Remember, Danish is that expelled Pakistan High Commission official who was said to be in close touch with Jyoti before and after Operation Sindoor. Now, top officials have confirmed that Jyoti apparently lied about her personal ties with Danish, the suspected Pakistan intel operative. At the Pakistan High Commission in Delhi, Danish allegedly ran covert operations, and he was later declared as persona non grata and was sent back to Pakistan. The question is, if there was nothing to hide like she claims, then why did she delete the chat? Why did she not reveal the true nature of her relationship with this Pakistani national? And why is all the digital evidence done away with? Now, in response to the increasing cases of Pakistani spies being apprehended in Haryana, Chief Minister Naib Singh Saini has issued directives to the officials to formulate a standard operating procedure to regulate YouTube content creators. During a security review meeting with the Home and Police departments in Chandigarh, the Chief Minister has emphasized for stricter monitoring of YouTube channels that are said to be suspected of supporting Pakistan or the enemy nation, as far as giving out confidential information about their own country as well.
पाक संबंधित कुछ ऑपरेटिव्स का हरियाणा में अरेस्ट हुआ है, तो उस पर भी चर्चा हुई कि ये हमें जो अभी तक इसमें सफलता मिली है उसको हम कार्रवाई को पूर्ण ना समझें, और ये कार्रवाई एक निरंतर कार्रवाई है, क्योंकि इस पे अभी भी जो ऐसे कोई भी और व्यक्ति हैं जो और अन्य YouTube चैनल्स हैं उनको भी खंगाला जा रहा है, और कई बार नए चैनल्स नए नाम से उत्पन्न हो जाते हैं, तो उस पे भी नज़र रखी जा रही है। सो ये अब जो प्रक्रिया है, ये तफ्तीश है, ये अभी जारी रहेगी। जो पाक लिंक्ड ऑपरेटिव्स हैं और जो सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से जो इस तरह का प्रचार, दुष्प्रचार या लिंक्स बना रहे हैं।
बहुत गंभीर मामला है, इसकी गहराई से जांच करनी चाहिए। जो दोषी है उसको कड़ी सजा मिलना चाहिए, निर्दोष को नहीं फंसाना चाहिए। गहराई से जांच करनी चाहिए इसकी। एक मिनट कहने से नहीं होता, जब तक गहराई तक जांच नहीं होगी, जब तक इस बात की तह तक नहीं जाओगे, ताकि सही पता लगे कौन हमारे देश के साथ गद्दारी कर रहा था।
Now, sources say that another individual identified as Shehzad, who is said to be a businessman who was also arrested, this time from the UP ATS from Moradabad, was also in touch with Danish. Now, it is learned that Danish was the one who helped Shehzad in the visa process. And after reaching Pakistan, Shehzad got in touch with the Pakistani agents in ISI. Now, UP ATS will also be soon bringing Shehzad into remand to further investigate his role. Let's get you another round of breaking update of what we are learning as far as before we go across. Let's get in a word from Priyank, who is connected with us. Priyank, good morning. This seems to be a bigger nexus than what appears, as far as how YouTube was rather being used to set a certain narrative against India. What is Jyoti's stand as far as in custody is also concerned, and what are the links that are now being drawn to this Pakistani individual who has now been sent back and declared as persona non grata?
Good morning, Amitabh. Jyoti's case is unique in itself because so far what we have seen, that there have been series of propaganda YouTube channels which have been banned by the Indian government, which has been spreading false narrative, not only about Pakistan but also about China. But in this particular case, you have a face, you have an individual which is describing the thought process of the Pakistanis. You have a face which is not only here in India, but which is traveling all across the stretch of India and also in abroad. See, the timeline is also important because since 2023, Jyoti came in contact with Danish, and till March 2025, there are clear-cut evidences that she was in touch with Danish. And what happened to the charge later on is a mystery for the investigating officers. That's why all these two mobile phones and the laptop of Jyoti has been sent for forensic examination. There are only two individuals who have been questioned so far in this case. It's been today is the fourth day when she was arrested. It's only Jyoti and Hatkirat. So the investigation is certainly moving towards an end where the role of Jyoti and the Pakistani handlers, who are right now not here, they have been sent to Pakistan, is under the scrutiny of the officers. That's why people were asking that why media is only talking about Jyoti Malhotra. But look at the pattern. She was a normal person and suddenly she got an invite for the Pakistani High Commission, where the access of individuals is only limited to the visa section. What was new in her need to be understood by the Pakistani also. But it has been found after arrest of all those 11 individuals from Haryana, Punjab and Rajasthan, that everyone was similarly connected to Danish. Yesterday I was going through the document of the Punjab police which showed that how Ghazala or Guzala, whatever her name was, she was in touch with Danish and Danish was giving her money. That is about Maler Kotla, which is on the extreme
Well, was
end.
the Pakistan High Commission being used for such covert operations as far as employing Indian citizens and in a way indoctrinating them to go against their own country? Well, that seems to be the bigger question of this spy ring, this nexus. However, Danish, the individual of Pakistan who has now been sent back to his home country, but the bigger nexus still continues to unfold back home. For the moment, thank you very much, Priyank, for joining in.